The white flag drops. 1 lap to go. Brennan Poole and Nick Sanchez are side by side, fighting for the win at EchoPark Speedway. Then contact. Both cars slam violently into the outside wall. And through the smoke, through the carnage, Justin Allgaier's number 7 JR Motorsports Chevrolet Rockets passed with sparks flying underneath his damaged car. He crosses the finish line. He wins. But to understand why this moment was so insane, we need to go back to the very beginning of this nearly 4-hour race. A night that produced a track record 13 caution flags, 4 red flags, double overtime, a championship clinched, and a burning rivalry between Austin Hill and Shane Van Gisbergen that now has NASCAR scheduling emergency meetings. Welcome back. 2 massive storylines define this weekend. First, Justin Allgaier's historic night at Atlanta's EchoPark Speedway. Second, the Hill versus SVG feud, where it stands and dangerously where it is headed. With only 3 regular season races remaining before the chase begins on Labor Day weekend, the stakes could not be higher for every driver on the grid. EchoPark Speedway sits in Hampton, Georgia, a 1.54-mile superspeedway-style track where pack racing rules everything. Drafting creates massive, multi-car crashes. Lead changes happen constantly. The track rewards both strategy and survival equally. Entering the race, Allgaier led the point standings as the clear favorite for the regular season title. Jesse Love, the reigning series champion, trailed but remained a legitimate threat. Brent Cruz and Taylor Gray sat 11th and 12th in points, bubble drivers fighting desperately for their chase lives. In qualifying, Sam Mayer won the pole at 173.554 miles per hour. Carson Kvapil started second. Allgaier, remarkably, started 16th. Nobody expected a win from that position. The green flag dropped and Mayer and Kvapil went door-to-door immediately. Just 2 laps in, Joey Gase laid fluid on the front stretch, triggering the night's first caution, and setting the tone perfectly for what was ahead. After the restart, JR Motorsports cars began working together as a coordinated unit. Allgaier quietly moved through traffic, sitting 8th by lap 20. On lap 35, Kvapil made a bold move and seized the lead. 1 lap later, Mayer, the pole sitter, hit the wall and cut a tire, ending his charge early. When Stage 1 concluded on lap 45, Carson Kvapil claimed the stage victory ahead of Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, Roger Careth, and Sheldon Creed. JR Motorsports had 4 cars running near the front, a fact that would become a defining factor as the night progressed. Stage 2 opened with a strategy shakeup as Brent Cruz and Harrison Burton stayed out during the stage break, with Ryan Seed briefly leading after a clever pick call. But the JR Motorsports freight train was unstoppable. Sammy Smith charged to the lead by lap 55, with Smith, Allgaier, Careth, and Kvapil running in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. On the final lap of the stage, Allgaier rolled the top of Turn 1, then dived to the bottom in Turn 3. Smith threw a block and barely held on. They drag raced off Turn 4. Justin Allgaier won Stage 2 by just 0.003 seconds. Allgaier was now clearly positioned to win the race and the regular season title. But Atlanta has a way of humbling everyone. Stage 3 started with an all-JRM front row, Allgaier and Careth on row 1, Smith and Kvapil on row 2. RCR's Jesse Love and Austin Hill immediately tried to break up the JRM party. 3 wide racing broke out almost instantly. Harrison Burton blew an engine with 63 laps remaining. Then Brandon Jones caused a stack-up. Taylor Gray and Corey Day both slammed the wall. The first red flag lasted 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Both Gray and Day were eliminated. Massive chase implications for the standings. A Jeremy Clements spin triggered the second red flag. Another 5 minutes and 19 seconds of stoppage due to oil from Meyer's damaged car. The lead cycled through 11 different drivers, with 9 lead changes in the final 70 laps alone. Jake Finch spun twice in the closing laps, causing cautions at the worst possible moments each time. Then, with 11 laps remaining, a massive crash erupted. Jordan Anderson went 4 wide, ran out of room, and accepted responsibility over team radio. Jesse Love, the reigning champion, was eliminated. Sammy Smith, who had led a race-high 34 laps, was done. With just 3 laps remaining, Austin Hill was charging hard toward the front when a 7-car crash triggered the third red flag, lasting 8 minutes and 1 second. Roger Careth, who had led 18 laps and run top 5 all night, was also collected. The race went into overtime. The first overtime attempt did not last long. Clements was turned by Allgaier in a restart stack-up, crashing immediately. Even Allgaier caused a caution in overtime. This race simply refused to end cleanly. During the second overtime attempt, Ryan Sieg ran out of fuel and dropped off the pace. Brennan Poole pushed Nick Sanchez to the lead before diving beneath him through the backstretch. The white flag waved. On the final lap, Sanchez darted left beneath Poole entering turn 1. Kvapil, pushing Sanchez, turned him directly into Poole. Both Sanchez and Poole slammed the outside wall. No caution was thrown. Allgaier, with sparks flying under his damaged number 7, muscled through with the lead and held off Kvapil by 0.139 seconds. Justin Allgaier wins the Focused Health 250. An emotional Allgaier said on the CW network from Victory Lane, "It's been a rough week. We've had all kinds of stuff going this week. This win makes it a little sweeter." He added, "You just never give up. That's what this team is all about." This was Allgaier's 6th win of 2026, a new career-high single-season total, and his 34th career O'Reilly Auto Parts Series win. It was the 13th win of 2026 for JR Motorsports and the 18th for Chevrolet. Allgaier officially clinched the 2026 O'Reilly regular season championship, earning the number 1 seed entering the chase and extending his points lead to a massive 240 over Jesse Love, his second regular season title after his first in 2018. JR Motorsports now sits just one top 10 finish away from tying Roush Fenway Keselowski's record of 79 consecutive races with a team car inside the top 10. With 3 races left, the chase bubble is razor thin. Taylor Gray holds only a 17-point advantage over Careth and just 21 points over Sawalek, both of whom finished top 5 tonight. Love, despite the crash, confirmed his chase berth and kept his mindset positive, referencing Tony Stewart's legendary 2011 run. 5 playoff wins to claim the title despite being winless in the regular season. "Try to do our best, Tony Stewart, in the chase and win some races," Love said. Now let's shift gears and talk about the other major storyline heading into EchoPark weekend. The Hill versus SVG feud. Hill drives the number 33 RCR Chevrolet, a seat he took over following Kyle Busch's tragic death. Shane Van Gisbergen pilots the number 97 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet, still chasing a critical chase spot. This feud stretches back to COTA 2024, where Hill pushed through turn 1 in overtime, and SVG retaliated into turn 15 on the final lap. Kyle Larson won. SVG was penalized 30 seconds for shortcutting and dropped from 2nd to 27th. Both drivers left angry. At Sonoma 2024, contact in turn 2 sent Hill wide and handed SVG the win. On the cool-down lap, Hill gave SVG the one-finger salute. SVG responded with a lap-long burnout, stating, "This is for Hill now, not the fans." He later confirmed, "We've both taken a race win off each other now." At San Diego 2026, Hill slid into Connor Zilisch on a restart, eliminating both Trackhouse racing entries. SVG was left with 1 point, calling Hill a spud over team radio. Then came Chicagoland 2026, the boiling point. On lap 48, SVG drove into the back of Hill's number 33 through turns 3 and 4. Hill's race ended after just 47 laps. Before leaving, Hill sideswiped SVG under caution. Team owner Richard Childress said over the radio, "That was payback for California." Spotter Derek Nealand memorably called SVG Van Guggenheimer on the radio. SVG said of talking to Hill, "I'll talk to him, but he just grunts." Hill responded simply, "If I have to explain it, people probably need to get glasses." NASCAR issued no penalties to either driver. NASCAR VP Mike Ford stated the contact was not 100% intentional and penalty-worthy. Yet Ryan Preece was fined $50,000 and docked 25 points at Texas for comparable contact, the key difference being Preece partially admitted fault. The precedent now suggests that confession matters more than the act itself. NASCAR confirmed it would meet with both drivers at EchoPark. Meanwhile, the number 51 Jeremy Clements racing team was penalized, front tire changer Shiloh Windsor and Jackman Nicholas Covey suspended for 2 races following a wheel detachment at Chicagoland. Neither Hill nor SVG is backing down. SVG desperately needs chase points. Hill is protecting the legacy of the number 33 following Busch's death. The feud is officially too big to be chalked up to hard racing anymore. A nearly 4-hour race decided in double overtime. 13 cautions, 4 red flags, 19 lead changes, 11 leaders. Allgaier started 16th and clinched the regular season title. 3 races remain before the chase begins. Will Love channel his inner Tony Stewart? Will Gray and Cruz survive the bubble? And will Hill and SVG keep their feud from becoming something NASCAR can no longer ignore? If you are new here, this channel is just getting started, and every single like and subscription genuinely helps push toward the goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers. If this video delivered real value for you, please consider supporting the channel. It truly means everything at this stage of the journey. Now the question is yours. Was NASCAR right to issue no penalties to Hill and SVG after Chicagoland? And do you believe anyone can realistically catch Allgaier in the chase? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. The conversation starts right there.